Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Hiroki. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to get your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. False word, important news are
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest. With a special pride never written before. Or since tall words proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello, world. It's Bird O' Prey 5, Qapla, and condolences. A big rest in peace today for what was going to be an Open Lines plus Warzone Tuesday, but seeing the breaking news, I just wouldn't feel right playing a game and trying to manage the stream at the same time. Because I got the very unfortunate news that Norm Macdonald passed away today at 61 years of age after a battle with cancer that he did not tell anyone about. He has apparently been battling cancer for 9 years. And God damn it, I knocked myself out of the show. I hope that wasn't too long. I don't know where I knocked myself out of. But as I say, there's no new comedians coming to replace the greats. And yes, every comedian who has died has been unique. You know, John Candy, Chris Farley. Oh, of course. Forgive me for not remembering his name off the top of my head. It's just that I got to know him by so much as Troy McClure on The Simpsons. But I'm sure you guys know his name, and somebody will throw it in the chat. I mean, these men were could not be replaced, irreplaceable comedians. And for the first 5 or 10 minutes, I was thinking of, oh my God, all the Norm Macdonald that we will lose. And then it hit me that Norm wasn't just a comedian who would do stand-up shows from now and then and, go on talk shows. Norm Macdonald was part of the Orville. Norm Macdonald was part of the Orville. He was part of our community, whether he knew it or not. And I suspect he didn't fully grasp what it was like for Orville fans. I don't think he quite understood it, but he will live in infamy as a regular of the Orville. And what I had heard, and I don't know if other people can fill in. In fact, let me put the link out there to invite people up. It is open lines. So open lines link. What I had originally heard was that Yaphit wasn't supposed to be back for season 2. He was supposed to just be like a season 1 character just to get the show started, and that was going to be it. But there was such a fan demand for Yaphit that he became a character in season 2, a recurring character. I mean, he was damn close to a main character. He had plenty of scenes. He was a hero of the battle with the Kalons, and he even got a scene in the simulator as Norm Macdonald, as his human self. What Claire, because as Isaac had realized he could use the simulator, or Claire realized they could use the simulator with Isaac to simulate human anatomy, Yaphit also said, we'll give him a chance. And so we got that memorable scene as Yaphit, as Norm Macdonald got to dance with Dr. Finn in the environmental simulator. It is so sad to think that Yaphit's story has basically come to an end. I would imagine his season 3 is probably complete as they wrapped up airing, but we don't know what'll happen from here. Welcome, Dillard Draws.
Hello.
Hello, Dillard.
Now, I just saw this on YouTube here. Is this true? Norm has died?
It is true. In fact, let me bring it up. I had this ready to go.
Your open lines thumbnail was the breaking news for me.
Okay. Well, like I said, I only saw it a few minutes before I started the stream. So I immediately went and changed my thumbnail and the details. And yeah, so deadline is about, and there's tons of links now on Google News that confirm it. Hollywood mourns Norm Macdonald, influential comic and ex-SNL Weekend Update anchor. And it goes on to say he was 61 and that he died today after a 9-year private battle with cancer. His death was announced a deadline by his manager, management firm Bristine Entertainment. The comedian's longtime producing partner and friend, Laurie Joe Hoekestra, who was with him when died, said Macdonald had been battling cancer for nearly a decade, but was determined to keep his health struggles private, away from family, friends, and fans. So even his family didn't know.
Damn, I had no idea. That sucks.
I know.
Dude, I've been waiting for like the next big thing that Norm's gonna be in.
Me too. Like I rewatched his last Netflix special, and it was just so hilarious. Norm was probably my favorite living comedian until today.
Easily.
With probably Dave Chappelle has now taken the top spot. But my God, they're so different. It's not that one can replace the other. All these top tier comedians are so unique. There's nobody to replace them. There's just, the next big name in comedy. Man, I'm feeling more sad the more I read into this. Like, why would he not tell his family? I don't know. There's so many questions. Macdonald was an SNL cast member from 1993 to 1998, making his greatest impact as the anchor of the show's Weekend Update for 3 seasons. Remembered both for his droll style and his refusal to go easy on O.J. Simpson, despite reported pressure from NBC executives. Welcome, Captain Track, to the panel.
No.
Hey, Cap.
I'll be honest. Now I feel bad because I actually have his book, the Based on a True Story, and I never read it.
I heard it's hilarious. I didn't read it. I didn't get it, but I'm going to now. Actually, what I'm going to probably get is the audiobook version, because he I believe he does it to his own audio book.
Ooh.
What do we got? Kitty Bear, the High Hawk says, "Hey, all Nacho will be here. My internet can go down any minute till 10 a.m. for me." No problem, Kitty Bear. Thank you for coming. Mercer says, "Vertebrae, Orville truly made me smile every time. Yaphit was a big part of it. He will be missed." Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I mean, even people who didn't know him as a comedian in this community should know him as Yaphit, but I can't imagine people not knowing him as a comedian.
Well, the thing is, I had no idea that he was on a Star Trek show.
Well, technically, Orville is not Star Trek, but
is that what that is?
Close enough for me. Orville.
I didn't know he was on that, and that makes me sad. No, I want to know. I want to know all the stuff that Norm's been on, so I can go on a Norm binge. But
did you watch Orville regularly?
No, I've never seen it.
I'll be honest. Are you a Star Trek fan?
Yes.
I think you will really appreciate the Orville. It is not. The first episode was like comedic. Captain.
First couple were comedic and cute.
The first couple episodes were a bit more comedic, but they pretty quickly, in my opinion, instead of becoming a parody of Trek, became a tribute to Star Trek. And it was
Wesley Crusher is here, and being his insufferable self, wants to know who passed.
Wesley Crusher, you don't know who Norm Macdonald is, Wesley?
It's just Wesley being Wesley.
Wesley Crusher.
Shut up, Wesley.
This guy, Wes. This guy.
You might want to put the picture of how he was more well known.
Let's see. Let's get the news. Deadline, CNN, Yahoo. Didn't mean to click on it.
61 is not old.
Yeah.
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. I expected we'd see, more from him. He was not one of the.
Yeah, everything he comes out is really, really good. Like even the his podcast he had like about a decade ago.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he shows up somewhere, it's always like it's comedy gold. Even when he was that not a host, but a judge on some comedy show. When he had that tiff, I think they got rid of him even because he was being glib about some guy who was making jokes about God.
He was most proud of his comedy. Ogister told Deadline he never wanted the diagnosis to affect the way his audience or any of his loved ones saw him. Norm was a pure comic. He once wrote that a joke should catch someone by surprise. It should never pander. He certainly never pandered. Norm will be missed terribly. I wonder what type of cancer. You probably need to read the article to get more details.
It's funny, there are people who want to keep their health issues private.
I get that. I do. I'm just surprised that any celebrities are able to.
I want to say lung, but didn't Norm stop smoking?
It doesn't mean that he doesn't.
Yeah, it's true. And besides, even if he had completely quit smoking and yada, 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 there are still people that die of lung cancer who've never smoked. So it could have been other factors as well. I don't know what kind of cancer he had, so I can't speak to it.
I'm sure it'll come out in the next.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hours and days.
Oh God, that image right there. You remember that when he was a guest spot and he had that girl on that was in that movie, Camera of the Board with Pauly Shore? God, that guy's brutal.
Let me go ahead and in the link for people who want to come up. That's right. When is Biden getting that cancer cure? Yeah. Biden promised us the cure for cancer, and now Norm Macdonald is dead.
Yep.
Because Biden lied.
Yep.
Biden lied, and Norm Macdonald died. It was the first video, the very first campaign promise Joe Biden made was he promised he was going to cure cancer. And I have it. I have it saved on the Berto Pray 5X channel. He said, we're going to cure cancer. It's going to be the biggest thing that change in history. If you vote for him.
How many episodes of Orville was Norman?
He was in, I'd say at least half of them. So probably between the two seasons, at least 10. I mean, most of it were short parts, but there were a couple episodes where he was a main character. So, I mean, I'd say he was the main character in like 4 or 5 episodes. Others were just, him running, walking down a hallway and somebody steps on him or something.
Or walks through him.
NB Geek says, I did adopt Gizmo today. One good thing. Awesome, NB Geek. So on Captain Track stream this morning, NB Geek was showing us a picture of a little doggy he was going to look into adopting, and he asked for name suggestions. And I'll be honest, I suggested Gizmo. I said, that looks like a Gizmo. I don't know if he seems like he's going with that name. So either way, whether it turns out to be Gizmo or something else, awesome addition to the family, NB Geek. I hope Gizmo has a great life. And yes, Pat S., thank you. Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman was the other, was Troy McClure, killed by his wife way before his time. PGAD says Norm Macdonald was the last great SNL news anchor, in his opinion. I wouldn't have any objections to saying that. John Araki loved Norm in the Mike Tyson mini mysteries and the Orville. Dave Myers says he was scheduled to do a show in my town in November. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dave. Well, yeah, well, he was still touring. So I guess we can say there's some hope that his death was relatively quick. In that respect. Saul Leibowitz says, Qapla, bird of prey. I told who to replace Yaphit. I say Gilbert Gottfried as Yaphit's older brother. I mean, if they had to write Yaphit out of the show, they could just say Yaphit split, and we get two new Yaphits, one who leaves and one who sounds a little different, or they both take on new names or whatever. There's ways to deal with it. I'm sure. We're probably a little ahead of ourselves and having to worry, because I would imagine season 3 is already done. Hello, welcome Darren Wagner to the panel.
Hello, Bird. Yeah. So I thought I'd hop in here. Yeah. My Norm Macdonald is my brother's favorite comedian. He never saw the Orville, but he knows that he's in it as a voice. I agree with you. I think that they could probably just have Yaphit's voice change too. I mean, it could be just like something that happens to him. I mean, he's a fictional creature, right? Kind of like how the Doctor changed actors in the beginning. They just wrote it into the show saying, hey, he's people do this every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's for his species, there's many ways I could think of to get it out.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to pick somebody who sounds anything like him either, like a Seth Rogen or anything like that, or
no,
or a whatever that other guy's name is, the other Rogen.
Is he that pivotal? Can't they just retire the character?
Well, I mean, it's a fun character. I mean, they could obviously replace him with another,
One of his
visual effects
species.
character. But I mean, it would save money to have another. Yeah, just have it. Yeah, even have like a female one or something, or one with a female personality if they really wanted to be weird. You know.
If you really want to disrespect Norm Macdonald, replace him with a female.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But since we're already apparently getting that in Indiana Jones, maybe that's not such a great idea. But I mean, you know, if they wanted to create another alien, they could. You know, just that it would be less expensive for them to be able to continue to use the same creature effect that they've always been using. You all right over there, Captain Trek?
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's not like you're trying to pass Elvis or something. Anyway.
Not quite.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, how you feel, Bird?
Well, I mean, physically, I'm feeling okay today. Thank you. I didn't get too much sleep because Sis O'Prey and Nephew O'Prey ended up here unexpectedly. They were driving home from Maine, and I forgot that I am on their way home, and so they made a pit stop here that turned into an overnight stay.
I thought she stayed with you for some reason.
She doesn't live here. She lives in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I mean, that's where they are most of the time.
Okay. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
No problem.
Yeah.
So we ended up, Mama Pray and I ended up staying up a lot later than we normally do last night, and then no big deal. That they were on their road by 9 a.m. this morning, which was fine. But I ended up taking another couple hours of sleep because I needed it. I needed it, frankly.
Yeah. No, apparently Norm Macdonald was diagnosed 9 years ago, just never publicly disclosed it.
Did you get which
2012
cancer yet?
No, I'm just looking at the Wikipedia article. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So 2012 is when he pretty much had the diagnosis, and he'd been in a bunch of stuff since.
Oh
then.
yeah, I mean, he did the whole of Orville. He did a few, at least 2 or 3 stand-up specials since. Dead or Alive fan says R.I.P. Pigeon. He was the best character. Pigeon was the best part of the Mike Tyson mysteries. I've never saw the Mike Tyson mysteries, so I guess he was Pigeon in Mike Tyson mysteries. And Pat S says, "Hell yeah, Dead or Alive! If you guys love Norm, go watch the Mike Tyson mysteries." Okay, I honestly had no idea that was. Is it a show? A movie? I guess it's a show.
It's a cartoon TV show.
Oh, it is.
I didn't even think that was Norm. I know it sounded like Norm. I thought it was just somebody trying to emulate Norm, though. I didn't know it was him.
Okay. Carlo Albanese says, "Rest in peace." Bradley Briggs says, "Up, y'all's up, Bradley." And P-Cat says he was just thinking of Norm Macdonald as Burt Reynolds. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Celebrity Jeopardies. Oh, that is definitely one of my favorite Norm Macdonald's is Turd Ferguson. I so wish I could play a Celebrity Jeopardy without risking getting the stream and the channel not demonetized, just struck down. God damn it, I might have to. But yeah, if you guys do not, I mean, I assume you know what Celebrity Jeopardy is, but if for some reason you don't, it was a Saturday Night Live series of ongoing skits that had Will Ferrell as Alex Trebek, had Norm Macdonald returning in several of them as who was he playing originally? Burt Reynolds. But then, then he took.
They were
the
making
name.
a spoof on how, because normally when they have Celebrity Jeopardy edition, they dumb down the questions because celebrities are stupid. So they went to the extreme and made all the celebrities just super, super, super stupid.
Yeah. I mean, and it was usually Sean Connery, Burt Reynolds, and a third guest, whoever the celebrity of the week was. And it was, I mean, and it's some of the funniest, in my opinion, some of the funniest Saturday Night Live they ever did.
Well, I remember he used to do the fake news. He used to, he was I think he replaced Kevin Nealon.
Yeah,
Weekend Update. He replaced Kevin Nealon, and
that's only semi-fake news by today's standards.
Right,
that news was spot on.
But I thought it was funny. It was like everybody before him would at least try to pretend that it was, that they were actually reporting the news. He'd just come out there and say, "It's Norm Macdonald with the fake news." Yeah. Of course, the guy who, I thought was always the fake news guy was Dennis Miller, because that's when I started watching Saturday Night Live regularly, was in the mid to late 80s. But Norm Macdonald did a pretty darn good job as well. Dennis Miller couldn't do that forever. So, yeah.
Yeah. PCAS is just thinking of Norm Macdonald as Burt Reynolds cracks me up. The scene I always remember is he's got the big foam hat on, and Will Ferrell's Alex Trebek. He's like, "Where'd you get that hat?" He's like, "Found it like backstage." He's like, "It's funny," and Alex Trebek's like, "No, it's not." He's like, "Yes, it is. Hey, it's funny.
It's funny. It's a funny hat."
Yeah, it was. It was. Bradley says, "I was just watching a video about this. The world lost a great person. Rest in peace, you funny man." Absolutely. We won't know.
Norm Macdonald's humor was all about his delivery, though.
Perfect delivery.
I mean, it was his jokes didn't even necessarily have to be all that clever, but it was his delivery that sold them all. Like, God, what was that one where he talks about how, he read in the news that some guy had murdered his family and chopped them all up and stuffed them into a duffel bag just because the devil told him to do it, and he's like, can you imagine that being that guy, huh? You go out behind the railroad tracks and you say, "Satan, I've done as you requested. I have my family here in the duffel bag. I'm waiting for you, master." And then the devil pulls his mask off and goes, "Hey, Bob, it's me, April Fools. Oh, man, you got me. You got me. Look what you made me do. I got my family here in a duffel bag." It was sick. It was a sick joke, but his delivery was funny, But, or, what was it? Nicole Kidman gonna guest hosting Saturday Night Live back when he was on it, and of course the gag during her opening monologue was everybody asking in the audience, asking her when Tom Cruise was going to be there, because they were married at the time. And after about 12 people asked her, if Tom was going to be there, she kept saying, "Yeah, he's not going to be here tonight." And then he gets to Norm Macdonald, and he goes, "Say, aren't you married to?" And he pauses for a good long time, and everybody just starts rolling. Tom Cruise. Yeah, that was all about his delivery.
John Mark says, "All the best comedians die young. Patrice O'Neill, Norm Macdonald. Now we're left with Amy Schumer." I guess we're going to have Amy Schumer for a long, long, long time.
Oh, yeah.
Amy Schumer is going to catch up to Betty White somehow. Yitza Lemons ate too many marshmallows. Wesley says, who passed? Wesley, can you not read the title? Mercer says, it really feels like 90s track. I love it, meaning the Orville.
Yeah.
Rock Solid Productions. God damn it, Rock Solid. Seriously? We're mourning here. Norm Macdonald. And you're like, the Orville is terrible.
What?
Clearly, you have terrible taste, Rock Solid. I love you. I love your channel. But you have terrible, terrible taste in television.
Well, he has, not only does he have terrible taste in television, he also has terrible timing, because that's kind of rude to say during the stream.
That's fine. I don't mind it. Everybody's allowed to say what they want to say. He knows he's gonna get me. He knows he's gonna get me upset when he says that. That's fine.
Everybody's allowed to be an asshole, but I'm allowed to point it out.
John Araki says Bird is lying. He thinks AOC is the greatest living comedian. I don't think AOC is a comedian.
An argument could be made for that, I suppose.
Carlo says he probably didn't want his family to suffer with knowing. It's all about the laughter he left behind. Mercer says Wesley, Norm Macdonald, who played Yaphit. Wesley says, I don't know who anyone is. Oh. Jeff B says, thank you for bringing a smile to my face. Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. Mercer puts in a link to a great Yaphit scene.
Cool.
Yeah. When he was actually, like, when he went on their holodeck and he was actually, being played physically by Norm Macdonald, that was pretty funny.
Yitza says, wasn't he the Elephant Man 1, 2 in the Orville? I don't know what that means. I don't remember an Elephant Man. Dave Myers says Orville is more Star Trek.
Oh no,
he's Star Trek.
He's referring to the character that Patrick Warburton played, where he has his esophagus on the outside, like he's got two esophaguses.
Yes.
My last captain had a real boner for me. That guy.
Right. Was he that guy?
No, he wasn't. That was Patrick Warburton.
I didn't think he would be.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just don't think Norm Macdonald would be one to sit in a makeup chair for 4 hours for a 2-minute scene. Wesley says Orville won't be the same now. Well, Wes, there was a pretty good chance Orville wasn't coming back anyway. John Araki says Charlie Murphy was another good comedian.
Oh, that reminds me.
Answer.
They just got done filming Orville, right?
Yeah.
So he's probably, that'll be one of his last performances that anybody will be able to see if he put him in there.
I would think so. Yeah. Certainly. Mercer says LaFont guy. Yes, is Patrick Waterburn. Jeff B says he battled cancer for 9 years. Well, they probably did all the work on season 3 for Yaphit already. John Mark says he had the cancer that kills you. Yeah, well.
Yeah, the what?
The cancer type that kills you.
Oh,
it's not okay. There's a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Wesley says, Bird of Prey, when is Biden getting that cure? Right. As soon as we hold him to it, I guess. Mercer loved the moment where he appears as himself on the Orville. Well, once they brought in Isaac's character, I figured they'd bring in Norm Macdonald. I just didn't think it would be so quickly.
A lot of actors have appeared on the Orville in full makeup. I think Jason Alexander is like the bartender.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
Well, Jason Alexander always wanted to play a heavily maked up character for some reason. other characters like Bruce Willis, they weren't in makeup. They just voiced over a CGI flower. So like Bruce Willis has been in the Orville, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he played a sentient flower for like a 2-minute scene.
Okay, that's kind of like how Jerry Seinfeld was in South Park. He was the voice of one of the turkeys in their Thanksgiving episode. All he did was say gobble, gobble, gobble.
Qapla, the nerdporeal life form. Bradley Briggs says Biden let his self down with every step he takes. Of course, he's going to let everyone else. Yeah. Nerdporeal says Rip Yaphit. He really shined in Identity Part 2. He did, and he got the whatever, the Medal of Honor that the union gives out for that. And he did get his way with Dr. Finn that time. It was a life dream come true. Yeah.
Or I remember the part where Bortus had swallowed part of him because of the prank. Yeah, and then he had to go back in and get it.
He's like, you can either go in one way or the other. What do you mean? He's like, just pick a hole.
Yeah. Which was funny because they established earlier that Bortus could eat pretty much anything, but he comes to the doctor. I am feeling digestive discomfort.
Right. One thing for some reason he can't eat a Yaphit.
Yeah.
Yet says I already thought it looked shocked on that picture. Super Blubber Puss says Norm Macdonald was in dirty work. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's spelled exactly as it is in the title because I copied it from Deadline. Macdonald. M-A-C.
Yeah.
Perhaps today was a bad day to die, says John Araki. If not a warrior's death, then it is a bad day to die. Pflugerville says, weird track fact. You can't spell lap dance without Jean-Luc Picard. Don't be mad. Twitter find. What? Really? Is lap dance and Jean-Luc Picard, every letter is in?
There's no C in lap dance. Oh, there is. Sorry.
There's no
dance
R.
There. Huh.
There's no R in lap dance.
That's true. Yeah.
Somebody's trying to pull a fast one here. Wesley says, Mr. Darren in the house. Yet says people die now and then. It happens. And F. Seth Rogen. I know it happens, Yetza, but when it happens to a comedian that brings joy to millions of people around the world, it's worth us taking a couple hours to remember.
Y'all remember when Mr. Hooper died on Sesame Street?
I do not.
Me neither.
Alex Bogey says, hey, Bird, exploring your channel. You do, Cap?
I do.
Yeah, it happened in like 82 or 83. I stopped watching Sesame Street at about 79.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, I was watching with my sister.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, brave choice by Jim Henson Productions to even address it, on a children's program. But Jim Henson, not a lot of his ideas just wouldn't fly today. I don't need to change the subject or anything, but he's. Anywho,
welcome NB, and welcome Gizmo. Aww. Look at that puppy. Oh my
Oh, is that
God,
the-
look how big those paws are.
Is that the name that they settled on? Was Gizmo?
It was last I heard. Is it Gizmo? It is
It's
Gizmo.
Gizmo. It's Gizmo. His name is Gizmo.
Okay, gotcha.
That's going to be one big Gizmo.
Yeah. Now you gotta get a cat and call him Gitmo.
Aw.
Yeah, no kidding. I said that this is my birthday Christmas present. Easy.
Gizmo looks like he's going to make poops of human sizes. Oh, look forward to that.
Definitely
Aw.
gonna be a dog.
Down, Gizmo. Go get your octopus. He likes his chew. He's a chewer. He likes his chew toys. Yeah. Oh, fuck, man. It took me 2 hours to get through the adoption paperwork and stuff.
What? I thought you got a dog.
I did.
Yeah, but you said adoption paper. I mean, what are you talking about? You got a kid too with a dog, or what?
You adopt pets. You don't buy them.
Since when?
I don't know.
Sometime in the 70s, I imagine.
You adopt children. You don't adopt
Because I apparently
pets.
kicked out the goddamn outlet for
We
it.
own them, and we are their masters.
It is
Yeah,
an
then how come
excuse
he
to
takes
charge
me?
more.
Oh, okay. Well, I can respect that then. Yeah.
Well, he's oh, there we go. I did find out he is AKC certified. He is a purebred.
Huh.
And he is currently laying here just like all happy as can be. And I took him out in the yard and he got to check out the open area with the other dogs. And he just running around. He was having fun. Now he's kind of like, I'm just going to relax. So, but yeah, going to have to potty train him. But overall, I didn't have too much of a problem. He is a super blubberpuss. He is a, if I'm saying it right, Bernese mountain dog. So he should get somewhere between, well, according to his birth certificate and everything, I mean, these guys come with AKC registration, documents, birth certificates. And they were both, his parents were both 90 pounds each. And they said these dogs can get between 90 and 120 males. So he's going to be the biggest dog I've got eventually. But right now,
Yeah,
I want to enjoy him as a little cute puppy.
I'm looking at pictures of them. Yeah, they almost remind me of Saint Bernards.
There was actually a Saint Bernard up for adoption next to him. He was adopted shortly thereafter too.
So, Pflugerville says Qapla Pfluger. And Alex Bogey is asking Super Blubberpuss, what does the green 5 after Super Blubberpuss mean? Now, those icons are for channel members. A red 5 means you're a new member. A orange 5 means you've been a member for 1 month or more. Green 5 means you've been a member for 2 months. A blue 5 means you've been a member for 6 months. A silver 5, which kind of looks gray, means you've been a member for 12 months. And a gold 5 means you've been a member for at least 24 months. So those are the colors. So eventually they're going to get blue, gray, for the people who have been members for a long time.
No fair. Western Crusher's blue ahead of me. I call fraud.
I maybe didn't think the coloring out all that. I put the most colors at the front of the line, and but I think we'll be okay with that. That's what the colors mean. And I have to look it up. I don't remember it myself. So Bobby Archaic says, son of a bitch. Rip Norm Macdonald. Vincent Gallipo says, Star Trek Picard will take place in a 21st century fascist America. That's weird. Well, I think the whole, I think the 24th century is also fascist. So it's like somehow whatever started in the 21st century doesn't fall ever, which would make it maybe the most stable government the earth has ever had.
I'll bet you it'll have something to do with vaccines.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was waiting on that one. Oh, by the way, I did want to point out, if you look at Star Trek canon, according to when they go back, if they go back at a certain time, they're only 5 years before World War III.
Well, there was in the scene, in the there's one or two frames in the Picard trailer that I had missed that actually says Sanctuary District, and has a lot. So apparently, the Sanctuary District in LA, at least, has already been created. As for those who know, in Deep Space Nine, past tense, they went to 2024 San Francisco, and there was sanctuary districts that had already been built there. And Cisco said that by the mid 2020s, there were districts like this in all the major cities.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very possible we will see a sanctuary district and
maybe
a DS9
Bell.
tie-in. Well, Gabriel Bell should be in San Francisco, not LA, but
okay.
You know, maybe he moved from Sanctuary District. I'm sure they don't give a shit. You know, canon like that.
You're right. Yeah. They can be counted on to fail when it comes to continuity.
Yeah. But the very fact that he even said Sanctuary District, part of me got excited, and then a part of me got, oh, this is worse.
Yeah.
Anything they tie into DS9, they're just going to tear it all down.
Yep.
Super Blubberpuss is Bird of Prey. Norm Macdonald was in Dirty Work. That movie I've been trying to get you to watch. You know what, Super Blubberpuss? It is Saturday. We have Saturday the 18th, Saturday the 25th. I have a movie set for Jedi Bill's birthday. But for Saturday the 18th, we could do Dirty Work. I technically don't have a set movie. It wasn't what I was thinking. But now that he's died, it's going to be a Norm Macdonald movie. Okay? I'll look at what other movies I have or can get. But it's going to be a Norm Macdonald movie for Saturday. I'm going to tell people that now. Kitty Bear says, I'll take The Rapist for $500.
Yeah.
I'll
take Andre the Giant for some bit of money. Sorry.
I'll take I'm looking at this. Mightier. That's the pen is mightier. That's not what your mother said. I'm doing a terrible Sean Connery impression.
Well, according to this, though, Gabriel Bell died in 2024. So if this is going to be 2021, 2022 time frame, are we going to say Gabriel? Are they going to try and tie that in?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Gabriel Bell did die in 2024, but the problem is he was in San Francisco when he died. It's possible he moved from LA to San Francisco in those 2 years, or 3 years, or however much time it is. I mean, there's nothing preventing Gabriel Bell from being in the show. I just
except for
weren't most people in the sanctuary cities transplants from other places looking for work?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, and you don't know that when Gabriel Bell went into the You know, was he born into a sanctuary city? Probably not. Had he been there a year or 5 years? We don't know.
This is assuming, though, that Star Trek Picard gives two shits about continuity.
Exactly.
Which they don't. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, they'll probably have him in there and not even bother explaining why he's in LA. But, you know, that's fine.
To be fair, right? I was saying, to be fair, there are explanations and reasonable reasons he could be in an LA sanctuary district. I mean,
yeah.
You know, LA could decide to close their sanctuary district and they bus everybody to different districts. Who knows? But Rock Solid says, thank you, Bird of Prey, for coming to my video today. No problem, Rock Solid. You don't have to thank me. I thank you for coming to understand and support emulation. I know you didn't, but you at least spoke of it. Thomas Pott says, who is Norm? Some SNL guy? SNL is trash, so I don't watch it. Thomas, I really hope that is a joke. I hope that's a joke. Bradley Briggs says, Norm is the kind of guy to wake up at his own funeral and be like, gotcha, bitches. That would be. Bobby Archaic says, Norm Macdonald did the best versions of Farmer's Daughter's jokes. Crazy old jokes from like the 1920s.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the best Norm Macdonald joke I ever heard, you got to go watch it. It's his rendition of a Dirty Johnny joke he told on Howard Stern about Dirty Johnny's uncle that goes to Vietnam. It's amazing. Like, the delivery is pure Norm, and it's fantastic.
Carlo Albanese says it'll be hard watching Orville knowing he's gone. It's gonna add some extra emotion.
I remember little Johnny jokes when I was in the Marine Corps. They were just the most funniest fucking things.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what you mean by a little Johnny joke.
Okay, so little Johnny.
That was a mistake, Bird.
Right? And little Johnny's teacher.
I'm starting to understand.
And he goes, teacher, I got to ask you a question. What is it? So there are three ladies sitting there eating an ice cream cone. One is sucking it from the top. One is licking it from the bottom. One is tearing at it from the cone. Which one is married? The teacher thinks for a minute and goes, the one sucking at the top. No, it's the one with the wedding ring, but I like the way you think.
Do you have to recite the joke like Andrew Dice Clay when you tell it? I mean,
no kidding.
Is that part of the?
Yes, I have to do little Johnny jokes like that. I've got my best one is this one. It's little Johnny playing with a train. So little Johnny, right? He's in his bedroom and he's playing with his train set, and he says, "All right, all you motherfuckers that need to get on my train, get the fuck on my train. All you motherfuckers that need to get on my train, get the fuck off my train." Little Johnny's mom comes in the room and says, "Little Johnny, what the hell did you just say?" Little Johnny repeats it. She goes, "You go in the corner until you learn." Johnny goes in the corner. 2 hours later, Mama comes back and says, "Little John, did you learn your lesson?" "Yes, Mama did." All right, little Johnny goes back and he goes, "All you gentlemen and ladies who need to get off my train, please get off my train. All you gentlemen and ladies that need to get on my train, please get on my train. And all you motherfuckers bitching about the 2 hour delay, go talk to the bitch in the kitchen."
Okay.
Wow.
Hey guys, they were funny to us.
That was a Marine Corps jokes, right? What about when you were in the Air Force?
When they're delivered right, they're funny.
You want me to do proper delivery, Cap? Come on.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing about the Dirty Johnny joke, is that Norm Macdonald is the best at delivering jokes. And if you set up a little Johnny joke right, and you have Norm tell it, god damn, it's hilarious.
I'll have to look that up because up until he played Yaphit, I had never heard of him.
Oh man. Like, okay, you remember that movie called The Aristocrats?
Yeah.
Aristocats or Aristocrats?
No, The Aristocrat.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the Aristocrats cartoon anime.
No, not the cartoon. No, it's a movie about, it's a documentary movie about comedians, and it's about a joke called The Aristocrats. And the point of the joke is that you're supposed to make the delivery of the delivery of the setup so disgusting and so hilarious. And the whole point of the joke is that it's like a test from comedians to comedians to see who can actually get people to laugh at something that's so hard to tell, because the punchline of the joke is The Aristocrats, because and it's a very bad joke. The joke is a family goes into a producer's and he says, hey, I have an act for you, right? And they say, well, the act is this, the dad and the mom and the kid and the daughter and the son, they do all these nasty things. And then it's like, it's gross, right? Whatever they say is gross. And you say, what the hell do you call this act? And the punchline is The Aristocrats, which is stupid. It's a stupid delivery. It's a stupid punchline. But the whole point of the joke is to see how good you are as a comedian to get people to laugh, because you have to make that setup so gross and so nasty and tell it in your own style to make it good. And Gilbert Gottfried did it during a roast because he was bombing on a roast, and he decided to go into the aristocrat joke. And every comedian on stage was dying because Gilbert Gottfried's actually very good. But none of the crowd was getting it. They were like, what the hell is he talking about?
Yeah. Inside joke kind of deal.
Yeah. And because Norm, like, everybody was like, yeah, Norm is the absolute best. When it comes to any kind of joke that has to do with, a great setup, it's going to be Norm. Which is why I was telling you about that joke, the little Johnny joke he tells. It's a very short joke, but he takes about 12 minutes to tell it.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. You know what? I'm going to go find it, and I'm going to send you the link so you can watch it.
I'm Googling them, and you're right. Fortunately, they're short jokes, but it takes so long to tell them. Like the shortest one is like 6 minutes, so that's too long to play.
Or like even the short ones where he's like, remember where they were telling him, remember after 9/11 happened, after a couple of years, they were saying, oh, it's impossible to make a joke about 9/11 that's funny. And Norm was like, challenge accepted, and he went about and he bombed a bunch of times, but every now and then on a different appearance here or there, like he'll try to make a 9/11 joke and see if it lands. And it did. He got one that was actually really, really funny. Like he actually got people to crack.
Yeah, he could. He could.
Because Norm was that guy that would take those risks because he didn't really care about, selling out and becoming big time. He passed up on a lot of stuff just because he's like, no, that's not the kind of comedy that I do. That's not what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Kitty
David
Bear
Letterman called him like the greatest comedian to ever fail. Like,
Kitty Bear the High Orc says, I have terrible taste too, because I think TV tastes like plastic and metal. It took me a few times to get that, Kitty Bear, but I like what you did there. Rock Solid says, Bird Prey, Norm Macdonald's brilliant, but Orville is blasphemer, says Nicole. Rock Solid, yes. Cinnabon Bunny's here. Hello, Cinnabon. John Rocky says, I bet they count Norm as a COVID death, and he votes by mail-in ballots for Biden. I wonder, did he vote for California governor? Does he live in California? Probably does.
when is the deadline for that vote? I haven't
thought it was today.
Is it today?
Well, I think today is the election. So
I better go turn my ballots in. All the ballots that I stole from my neighbor.
Carlo, lap dancer. Yit says, as it happened to reply to something Darren said. He worded it similarly. And Carlo says, yes, the lap dance is so much better When the stripper is crying. Bloodhound Gang.
Wow.
And everybody's admiring NB's new dog. Yet says the dog looks more like a Norm to him. Oh. Good. Gizmo Norm geek.
What was that movie with Harrison Ford and the CGI dog that came out last year?
Indiana Jones 4? I don't know.
Oh.
I know it wasn't last year.
Well, it was like the last movie, one of the last movies shown before the whole COVID thing happened.
Dee Dee Myers is Qapla. How are you and the family? I'm doing okay, Dee Dee. Hope you're doing well. Carlos says cheers. Let's see. Super Blubberpuss says I've adopted dogs, but it never took 2 hours of paperwork. Kitty Bear says adoption papers for a dog kids you get for free. Super Blubberpuss is asking what breed. I think you already answered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burmese mountain dog.
Bradley Briggs says, look forward to buying 100-pound bags of dog food in the future. Wesley says, bird of prey and friends. See you guys around. Take care, Wes. Yes, Carlos, silver is coming soon. Can't believe it's already going to be a year of YouTube membership. You are welcome, Rock Solid. Wesley wants his silver 5. It takes time, Wes. Boat Trek says Dirty Work is my favorite comedy. Cool. No, not Gray from Discovery. I don't know what the answer. I don't know what question was, but the answer is never Gray from Discovery, unless it's worst actor. I don't even know if it's the actor or actress ever. John Araki says no black 5, racist. Well, if I ever get a chance to add colors, I can add a black 5. That'd be like Amex Black. Those are for people who've been members for 10 years. Wesley says, I've been a member since you started the membership thing. Well, yeah, 6+ months. So there's not another change until silver. Thomas hates SNL. You can hate SNL, but you can't hate Norm Macdonald. I mean, you can, but you'd be wrong. Yetsa says NB is definitely not a Norm Macdonald in his delivery. No, NB. Well, NB didn't know who Norm was, right? Until Yaphit. So Yetsa says the moth visiting a psychiatrist one was good too.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic joke.
Professor Brainy Specs says Qapla, Qapla, Professor. And Super Blubberpuss says today, but it's rigged. Yeah, the election. Call of the Wild was the movie.
Call of the Wild, that's what it was, yeah.
Thank you, Yetsa. Super Blubberpuss says the California recall election is being redacted. It was already over before it redacted, just like our last redacted election. Interesting. I heard YouTube can make me say like I'm saying redacted over and over again using new technology. Yitz 11 says a mountain dog. I don't know that they existed, but people are carnivores. I didn't know that either.
Oh, are
Sarcasm.
we having that discussion again? Are we?
No, I don't think we are.
Please no.
What was the moth visiting the psychiatrist joke? Let me see if I can find that one. And just that joke. I gotta play some joke. Oh, moth joke is the second thing. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I wonder if I can just do the audio of the joke without it. Nah, I'm sorry. It's not worth the risk. I'll put the link out though. People can watch it when they get there. Get a chance. There you go. So, Captain, do you have a favorite Norm Macdonald movie or TV show or moment or anything?
I don't think it really comes to mind. It just, I'd really have to think about it. But I just like, I just, obviously was very talented and, whether he knew it or not, very well loved by this community.
Absolutely. And we lost NB, who probably has a dog on keyboard issue. Darren, do you have a favorite?
A favorite role that he played?
Yeah, or whatever. A favorite anything. Norm, whatever.
I liked Turd Ferguson. I liked Yaphit, of course. And as a stand-up, I think he was very funny. And he was one of those weird comedians where the worse his jokes, the better he was. So that's what I got.
I agree. He could turn some bad jokes, turn them good again. Let's see. Let's look through the IMDb page of Norm Macdonald, and maybe we'll see. We'll remember some things. Okay, let me share that page. Share screen. Offer tab. Norm. Okay. You guys can see it. Yes. You can. Born October 17th, 1959 in Quebec City, Quebec, Canada. Oh my God, he was another Canadian. Wow. Well, so many of our greatest entertainers come from Canada.
Oh, I remember now. He was on Man on the Moon. He played.
Bless you, Mom. Right.
What's his name? Okay, so Norm Macdonald was in the movie Man on the Moon. Norm Macdonald played another comedian who was on a show called Fridays. And I think it was Michael Richardson, the guy who played Kramer on Seinfeld. I think that's who he played. Oh well.
Wow.
Billy Madison.
So I'm surprised. I don't remember him in Billy Madison
Yeah.
or Animal. Okay, obviously Dirty Work. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sick. It's dirty. It's their job. Apparently it's on HBO. What else? Dr. Doolittle. Okay, let's look at the full filmography. Back Home Again, currently in post-production. Mike Tyson Mysteries is 2014 to 2020. Why isn't the Orville listed? The Orville is listed as ending in 2019. Somebody's got to fix that. Okay, so Mike Tyson Mysteries, TV series. I didn't know they were a current series. Klaus, 2019 movie. The Orville. Skylanders Academy, a TV series. I've never heard of it. Anybody? Oh, Skylanders. Skylanders? Skylanders Academy. Has anyone heard of this? Oh, it's a cartoon. The Middle TV series. I can't say I've heard of it. Oh, a lot of his stuff is out there. The Ladybug English version. Family Guy. He played Death. Couple of episodes. Treasure Hounds, Girl Boss, The Ridiculous Six, Real Rob, Sunnyside, The Seventh Dwarf, Vampire Dog, The Adventures of Pandaria, Outback, Jack and Jill, Hollywood and Vine, Grown Ups. That was a movie. I've seen that movie. I don't remember him having any big part in it. Funny People, SNL. Oh my God, My Name is Earl. I remember that TV series. That was it wasn't my cup of tea, but Dad O'Prey really enjoyed My Name is Earl. I never really understood why. It wasn't his usual show to like. But Dr. Doolittle, The Flight Before Christmas, Senior Skip Day, another Dr. Doolittle, Christmas is Here Again, Farce of the Penguins, Dr. Doolittle 3, Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo. Oh my God, they made a sequel to Deuce Bigelow. Back to Norm. That looks like a TV movie. Fairly Odd Parents. A Minute with Stan Hooper. So I guess they just don't have any listed, any type of Netflix specials. Norm, the TV series. The Animal. Screwed, the Drew Carey Show. Wow, yeah, we're pretty far back. Man on the Moon. There's the original Deuce Bigelow. Casper Meets Wendy, the original Dr. Dolittle, Dirty Work there in 1998. Mitch as Norm Macdonald. News Radio TV series. The People vs. Larry Flint. He was the network reporter.
Huh.
Adam Sandler and Steve Polychronopoulos. The Larry Sanders Show. Norm Macdonald. Billy Madison, he was Frank. And the Jackie Thomas Show. Okay. He's got 17 credits as a writer. Norm Macdonald. Okay, this is it. This is the documentary. That was Norm Macdonald's final stand-up show is called Norm Macdonald, Hitler's Dog, Gossip and Trickery. Yeah.
Hitler's Dog, huh?
Yeah, it's a pretty funny special. I didn't think it would be the last. I think he made a joke about part of it is like, what if you? Oh my God! Does he make a joke about what if you die and the last thing you ever did is titled Hitler's Dog? I kind of think he makes a joke about it. He was 6'2". The spouse, Connie Villancourt, divorced with one child. Dylan Lloyd McDonald. And a sibling. Let's see, did it say where? Oh, official sites. Oh, he had a cameo. Well, not anymore. Not anymore. There. Who's representing Star Trek these days? Fuck. You loser Klingon. I have no idea who or what you play. Jerry Ryan. Greg Grunberg. I don't know who you are. Tilly. Wow. Oh my God. These are all Discovery and Picard people. Okay. We still got Nicole DeBoer. She needs to up her price. Nana Vister. Jonathan
Nana Visitor is doing that shit?
Yeah, Nana Visitor. $75.
$75. Wow. I might have her do mine.
The thing is, supposedly now, is that they say they're not licensed to put it on YouTube anymore.
Oh, weird. Okay.
If you want a YouTube license, it's like a renewal every 6 months or some bullshit.
Gotcha. So they're getting paid. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
just be a heads up. I don't know. Gates McFadden, $180 for Dr. Beverly Crusher. $140 for Tom Paris. Don Stark, that 70s show. What the hell did you do on Star Trek?
What? Who?
The one of the dads from that 70s show. Not Red, the other dad. Donna's dad. Catherine Leia Scott. I don't remember you on Star Trek. Marina Sirtis, really? That's the picture of Marina Sirtis? Doesn't look anything like Marina. 150. Denise Crosby, $100. Garrett Wang. Ensign Kim, 100. Anthony Montgomery, sorry, don't know who you are. Don't know who you are.
Anthony Montgomery? You don't know who he is?
Who is he?
He played Merriweather on Enterprise.
Oh, I did not know. Man, he doesn't look like Mayweather anymore.
No, he's probably got facial hair and.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least I know who your character was. Apologies. Carolyn McCormick. Okay, Ricardo Pardo, obvious. Robert Picardo. He's down to 150. He used to cost like 300.
Wow.
Brent Spiner is still 300. Doug Jones, way too much. Even at $60, way too much. Bill Simotriv. I don't know who you are. Tawny Newsome, Ensign Mariner, for $80.
Blast Shield. No, thanks.
Well, she's also on Space Force, so that could be worth for her Space Force. John Delancey up to $150. Vic Manana, $40.
Will Wheaton, $10.
Jonathan Frakes, $300. Brian Bonzal, who played one of the Alexanders, $65. We got somebody backstage. Rock Solid is not dead yet. Hello, Rock Solid. Rock Solid, are you there? Your microphone is muted. I can't unmute you, Rock Solid. Please say something so I can be sure it's you and take my finger off the remove button in case I have to quickly remove you for not being you. Rock Solid. Going once. Going twice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put you in the backstage for a couple minutes. I'll be back and see if you show up. Rock Solid, because I can't keep my finger. I'll try it again. Are you? Check the private chat. Oh, okay. Yes, it's muted. Check the backroom chat. I got you. Whomever is eating in the stream, mute your mic, please. No one wants to hear it. Okay. Okay. Is that all you wanted to say, Rock Solid?
Dag nabbit, Captain Trek, quit eating on the stream.
We got Christopher Lloyd for $450. Holy shit!
Wow, you know what? Well, he's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah,
I mean, he could do all kinds of things. He could do Roger Rabbit. He could do Taxi.
Yeah, of course.
Dr. Emmett Brown.
Yeah, Emmett Brown, probably the most famous.
Krug.
Wilson Cruz, the stupid doctor from Discovery, $75.
$10. Yeah.
Raphael Sparge, $33. No idea who or what he Craig Huxley. He was a child actor on TOS, I guess, for $49. And Saul Rubinek. I remember him more on Stargate than Star Trek. But yeah, he did a couple of guest appearance, alien species. But yeah, 150, that's too much. Anyway. God damn it. I can't. That's right. I was going through. Nobody reminded me that you couldn't see. You couldn't see Cameo because it was in a different tab. The Basco scenario is in the house. Al Basco scenario. Yitza says crunch, crunch, crunch. Roxanne says Orville isn't listed because it sucks.
Wow.
Professor says Bird of Prey, you go on too early. Yitza says Hitler's Dog is alt-right movie glorifying fascism, praising Grubel. Arabic Sonder with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Arabic Sonder. Apparently, a lot of people were hearing eating noises. Sorry about that.
Damn you.
God damn it, Captain. I assume that's a joke. Rock Solid says he's out. Yitz says next time I'm on the stream, I'm doing it. No. Fluger. Wow. Super, what are you guys talking about? I was going through the different cameos and I didn't realize that you couldn't see the tab I was looking at on my browser because it was stuck on Norm Macdonald's tab. My bad. Yeah, let me put it up. Share screen.
Andy Dick's on there for $15. He played the EMH Mark II.
Where did it go? Okay, I'll just do this. So go to Cameo. So this is what I did. I went to Star Trek and just was reading through who was here. Of course, this is a different, all in Star Trek. Of course, they're coming up in a different order this time, but no, I don't want mailing this. Yeah, this is Ensign Mariner, but also on Space Force, whose season 2 is supposed to be coming out very soon. Page 101. I have no idea. Rachel. Personal use is $40. for per business use is $200. Although at least that's, I don't know if that counts as YouTube or not. Let's see what Nana Visitor. For business, $525. Well, Tap and Darren, could you guys talk for a moment? I have to step away for a second. Thanks.
Anybody ever see like a family of midgets? I'm talking about like, not like a midget in a family. I'm talking about like a family of midgets, like a midget husband, a midget wife, and midget kids walking around.
Actually, yes, I had.
Okay. I wondered if they existed or not. Because a lot of people don't know what the difference between midget and dwarfism. You all right over there, Captain Trek?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty. So, do we eat meat or do we eat vegetables? Captain Trek. What would we do without you, Captain Trek? What would we do? What would our community do without you?
Be better? I don't know.
Sing, dance, grow old? I don't know.
I wouldn't be the one to ask. So,
see, originally, wasn't it like Bird had a morning show called The Morning Coke, and you had your morning brew, and he decided to, basically, he probably reenact The Morning Coke.
Well, why don't you bring back the Morning Coke? Fine by me.
Just make sure he puts
the Morning Coke was a joke. I made for one time that Captain wasn't around to do a stream, so I said I did a Morning Coke instead. It was not a real series of shows. I might have done it twice.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought I saw it more than one weekend or week or day or whatever.
But yeah, it was just a joke I made for the first time Captain didn't stream. There was not supposed to be a real stream. Unfortunately, as much as I like being on streams, I don't have the time, and mornings are not a time I can commit to always being around.
Gotcha.
Long enough to have a stream worth doing. But I do appreciate other people streaming, and I do, when I can, I do like to be on, but can't always be. Let's see, we got
the morning dew with Mountain Dew.
Rock Solids is Bird of Prey. Judge blocks New York State vaccine mandate for medical workers. Okay.
I've been meaning to ask Rock Solid something. Did you get that condition on your face, Bell's palsy, before or after you got the jab?
After.
After,
yeah, he is. He knows it might well be because of it.
Wow. My grandfather had that before he died. He didn't die of it, but he had it like a week or two before he died.
Luckily, he's not 100% better, but He's gotten a lot better.
Can he smile like symmetrically now, or?
Well, he certainly, his eyes are working
That's
in his videos. I mean, I don't know if his smile's 100%, but I'd say 90%. Looking at him, looking at this last video, I didn't really notice any. If I wasn't purposely looking, I certainly wouldn't have noticed anything wrong. But of course, I don't tend to notice those things. Oh, speaking of,
is he muted?
Yeah, he's muted. Yeah, you're smiling. Okay. Wait, let me maximize that. I got to say, he looks fine to me. I mean, except for the fact that he still looks a little weird and funny looking. I don't think that's from the palsy.
No, it's not.
He still has that Professor Bunsen honeydew thing going on, but yeah.
You've got a bloody nose? Okay. You packing up my PlayStation 5? I guess I gotta wait for him to get some more packing materials.
Obviously.
I wouldn't want to pack like Matthew packed that computer he sent to Anti-Tracker.
Well, I think
what happened there?
Anti-Tracker sent his computer to Matthew to get fixed. Matthew fixed it and then shipped it back to Anti-Tracker, but the Postal Service threw the box the last 5 feet from up to Anti's door, and it's the computer took some physical but only cosmetic damage. It still worked.
That's
and
good.
Take care, Roxanne. Thanks for showing up. We're glad to see you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Elihu says did an update this morning and the computer doesn't work right. I'm sorry to hear that, Elihu. I assume you mean your computer did an update. Wait, don't you have a Mac?
Yes, he has a Mac.
I thought Macs just work.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Thomas is Bird of Prey. Hey, jerk, he's giving me the PS5. Oh. Oh, I see. I think you're getting a PS3, Thomas, and a PS2. That'll add to a PS5.
I did some surgery on my computer here last week too. I got it working pretty well, except when it starts up. It has to. The BIOS says, "Hey, where the F's my CPU fan?" But other than that, yeah.
No, you don't need a fan. Just turn.
Well, I replaced it with an AIO cooler rather. And but the thing is that you plug it in the AIO it plugs directly into the PSU, and so I plugged in the other cord into the CPU fan, but of course the BIOS recognizes that there isn't the normal amount of current going into that socket. So it says, hey, this is a problem, and then it makes me wait about 50 seconds before it actually proceeds with letting me boot up Windows. It's a minor annoyance, but otherwise, I got nice cool temperatures now, and low noise because I replaced all the fans with Noctua fans.
Professor Brandy Specs asks, how much longer are you streaming? It's a good question, Professor. Probably not much longer. It seems like we've covered Norm's passing. So I imagine we'll wrap up in the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. If anybody has anything they'd like to say, we can say it now so we don't forget.
Why couldn't it have been Amy Schumer?
That is not the way it happens. You cannot ask God to trade one life for another.
Oh no. Or maybe,
And that said, if we were, there's a whole stinking line of politicians I'd have put in first. Not naming any particular. I wouldn't dare do that. That would be
stupid. It'd be
it
channel
would be
suicide.
stupid. It would be cruel. It would be un-American.
Yes.
But oh yeah, there would be hundreds of politicians.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me of what Dennis Leary said. Every time celebrity dies, it's always some really talented guy like Janis Joplin or Jimi Hendrix. He goes, the people you want to have overdose on drugs never would. Motley Crue would never friggin' overdose, man, never. You could put them in a room with 2 tons of crack. They come out a half an hour later. Rock on, man! And you're like, oh, they're still alive.
The Basco scenario says, Vertebrae, thank you and everyone for your support. I have now passed the 300 sub count. Awesome, Basco. Awesome.
Yay.
Congratulations. And you know what, Basco? You've been here long enough. Here is your wrench. Yitzis is 3 females for 1 male.
You give him a wrench. You didn't say the words. In the name of God, St. Michael, and St. George, I give you the right to bear arms. Never mind. Whatever that knight thing is. You have to come up with something like that.
Yes, you've been wrenched in the Karogan Empire. I'll have to get somebody to write up a vow. Professor says, I want to join. To stream. Vertebrae to stream when I can join. Oh, I hear you, Professor. I'm sorry. Well, if I stream later, I might just stream on the X channel playing some game and people can talk while I play the game. I just this stream is to Norm. I'll do a separate stream where I play the game at this point, unless someone else is on, in which case I'll just play my game on their stream. Well, Captain, anything you want to say before we get going?
Well, I do think thank you for having me on. I do think it's important to take the time to remember those celebrities that actually do a good job, and it's unfortunate that he's passed.
Yeah, he was a type of celebrity, frankly, we needed, and he was anti-woke kind of guy, and he's not going to be replaceable. Not going to be replaceable. Darren, any final words for today?
Well, no, I think you guys summed it up pretty well. I would just say that you never know when your time's up, I guess. So you gotta make sure you make the most of it while you're here. And I think he might have done that. Especially these last 9 years. Yeah.
Absolutely. I guess he knew every day of these last 9 years was a gift. So.
Yeah.
And we don't know what exactly his condition or what his disease was, but imagine had he died 5 years ago, he never would have been part of Orville. I'm sure Orville still would have got made, but it would never have been the same. With that, guys, we'll call it an evening. Qapla all, Bird and panel out, and Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. You will be missed. But wait, there's more. The video might be over, but there's more fun to be had. First, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have clicked that bell icon to get notifications. Okay. You know what? That was not cool. Yeah, I'm not going to end. That is not an appropriate ending for a stream like this. No. So with that, sorry, Norm. Qapla all, bird and panel out, and we're gonna go out with this.